So we were just talking about Conor McGregor's injury. The weird thing is that there's a loophole in USADA that allows you to get out of the testing pool. And get out of the testing pool, you can just juice up.
Yeah, most of the guys weren't even aware, apparently. Like, I think it was Anthony Smith who does the show with Bisbang. Yeah, he was like, I didn't even know you could fucking do that.
Seems weird. And you just need 6 months. Like, if someone had an injury, though, that's a very wise way to approach it, right? Like, what potentially would be good things that you would take if you had a broken bone and you wanted it to heal quicker?
HGH, peptides, androgens are very restorative of, like, they'll reinforce bone mineral density. Like, it's not just muscle tissue for anabolics, too. Like, there's certain stuff that's going to stay in his system for a long time he could never use, but, like, on the bioidentical side, like, anything that is pro, like, bone integrity, infrastructure enforcing, like, he is going to be, like, I would be highly incentivized if I was him and I knew I wasn't being tested.
Yes.
So I'd be pushing that vector hard if I was
him.
him.
If you took time off, so if it was you and you were a UFC fighter and you broke your leg and you found out about this, you saw a loophole. So you would take peptides, you would take growth. What are the things that you were saying that you wouldn't take because they would stay in your system for too long?
Oh, like any synthetic androgen, like you would not be touching in general. Like anything that could be detected for, like, I don't know, DECA, like anything of that nature, I'm sure is not even on his radar. It would be more like bioidentical compounds. How
long does that stuff stay in your system?
Bioidenticals?
Like a DECA?
DECA can be like a year you get detection.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fucking nuts.
So him taking testosterone, but wouldn't that fuck with his endogenous production of testosterone then when he gets off of it?
Yeah, he could, but I'm saying the most logical thing would be the growth factor side of things. So that would be GH and then accompanying peptides like the BPCs, the TB500.
Yeah.
There's other peptides that are not even tested for that I'm sure he was probably already using. But yeah, like I imagine his main priority is injury-proofing himself more so than getting like juicy as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also just recovering from that. You know, when your bones get snapped and it's a weight-bearing bone. He says, I crushed the metatarsal bone in my foot 3 weeks before the Khabib fight and still made the walk. All injuries are not the same. You will see it all on Netflix. Oh, so he's doing a Netflix documentary? When a serious injury with a high percentage of never recovering occurs, it is just simply not the same. Yeah. Well, there is a high percentage of never truly recovering.
Yeah. No, there's like a few. Like I have a little list here. Like there's something called pentosan polysulfate. I'm sure he might be trying. BPC 157 you've heard of, and some like the thymosin beta. Like some of these are kind of like commonly known, would be expected, but I imagine it's very much from the acceleration of recovery, like you said, and then also just trying to make sure this shit never happens again. And he's actually confident going into the ring. And yeah, like for him, it's kind of a unique loophole for sure. And I don't know, like how, if anyone else has vetted this strategy and like somehow they were encouraged not to or made it seem like it was not allowed, but it seems kind of odd that he, you know, was able to take himself out so perfectly and then is able to just enter back in. Like, this is not something that I think even other UFC fighters were aware of as, like, a possible...
Right.
Yeah.
And looks massive.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks well over 200 pounds right now.
Yeah. IGF-1, too, forgot to mention, would also be something that would make sense. But, yeah, and there's other compounds, but I would think the growth factor side of things would make the most sense.